Caitlin Clark stepped into the room. So we're gonna see some highlights, and then there's some other things that's gonna go on too. So we're gonna be on Caitlin Clark for a hot little second. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. We don't want to listen to that. That's an ad. No, sir. No play on this one. No play at all. We will not do that. All right. People talk about her shooting. Shorty got that fucking dime. Shorty can pass that ball. You hear me?
Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell's so dangerous because she can drain that three-point shot, but you turn your head for that rim out.
I will say this though. She got some slow feet. She got some slow feet, boy. She got some slow feet on her.
Burke off the bounce.
Hey, look. I'm sorry. When you hit, it's kind of like when Curry did that to Kobe Bryant, and Kobe can only just smack him on the butt like, "Hey, bro, ain't nothing I can do about that. You shot that hole for fucking 50 feet, and you made it." You feeling? That's this game right here is one of them situations like she just hot. She hitting everything. Ain't nothing you can do about it. When a motherfucker hitting shots like that, you might well call game. Ain't nothing you can do. You hitting everything. Caitlin Curry going crazy. That net melted from all that heat. Boy, who you telling? I'm talking that shit going crazy.
That's a beautiful offensive possession by the New York.
Crazy. Before we jump in, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Listen, this channel is for people who want to have real conversations, no fluff, authentic, where we talk about money, mindset, and relationships and everything else under the sun, as long as it gets back to the money and how we can level up in life. Now, let's be real. Subscribing to this channel helps my content reach more people, which gets me closer to monetization so I can continue to keep giving you high quality content. Now, if you rock with that, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. Let's get back to the video.
Sobbly and won it. The New York Liberty came out through the first punch in this quarter, but what a response from the Indiana Fever. That is a great contest. Boston told Mitchell to slow down and get it over to
Griner.
When Caitlin Clark passing it to Kelsey Mitchell there, passes it to Hull, the base. Caitlin wisely.
Oh, the pass.
Killing some more clock.
Thank you.
And maybe the dagger.
Listen, I don't know what the fuck everybody talking about with this Angel Reese shit. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know why everybody was hating on Caitlin Clark. I don't know. I do not know. That display right there alone, even though she had many other games like this as well, but just that alone, bro, she bringing something different to the WNBA. And it's going to be more and more athletes that's going to do the same thing that's going to come after her. But she is the starting point. So look, let me switch over real quick. We're going to kind of shift gears a little bit. It's still about Caitlin Clark, but it's about Miss Brittney Griner. Apparently, she made some comments about Caitlin Clark that, and I kind of got her in the media, got fans up in the uproar. So let's see what she's talking about. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, man. Oh shit, hold on. We don't want no Super Bowl.
Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream played. Indiana Fever is where Caitlin Clark plays. Atlanta Dream is where Brittney Griner plays. Now you tell me what it looks like Brittney Griner is saying here.
Former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines has boldly stepped into the spotlight, calling out Brittney Griner.
Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream played. Indiana Fever is where Caitlin Clark plays. Atlanta Dream is where Brittney Griner plays. Now you tell me what it looks like Brittney Griner is saying here.
Trash.
Former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines has boldly stepped into the spotlight, calling out Brittney Griner and demanding answers as the WNBA faces growing backlash. With fans nationwide outraged over the league's deafening silence, On Griner's shocking comments about Caitlin Clark, the controversy is boiling over, and Gaines isn't backing down.
Brittney Griner just called Caitlin Clark a trash effing white girl. Caitlin Clark has been picked on and abused ever since she entered the league in 2024, and now Brittney Griner is joining.
During the Indiana Fever's narrow 81-76.
Look at this. Look at bruh. Look at bruh. Look at this. Look at this distinguished gentleman.
Why are you gay?
Ah, fuck, man. Look, man, don't ban me for that. I'm just playing. It's all jokes, man.
6 victory over the Atlanta Dream on May 23rd, 2025. Cameras caught a heated moment as Brittney Griner fouled out of the game with visible frustration.
Somebody! Yo, y'all remember the movie with Kid and Play? What's the name of it? It's not called Be Cool. Oh, fuck, what's the name of it? Where Kid played this distinguished kid, and then Play was the hoodlum, but then they lives kind of get reversed because of the names. Don't Brittney Griner got that same haircut? that same haircut that Kid had in that video, in that movie? The same exact one, dog. Hold on. I gotta find it, bro. See, y'all, I gotta find it. What's the name of that movie? Oh, fuck. Let me see. Kid and Play movie. I gotta find out. What's the name of it? Class Act. That's the name of it. Class Act. Oh my God.
As she walked off the court, sharp-eyed fans and lip readers on social media claimed Griner appeared to direct inflammatory remarks toward Caitlin Clark, allegedly calling her trash, along with other expletives.
For a little bit of context, this was in the fourth quarter after Brittney Griner fouled out against Caitlin Clark, and Indiana Fever would go on to win by 5. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think she said. Let's play it back. Looks to me like she is saying trash and then calling Caitlin Clark a bleep white.
Clark's influence on viewership has been nothing short.
Caitlin Clark a bleep white.
Ooh, I mean,
trash and then calling Caitlin Clark a bleep white.
Clark's influence on viewership has been nothing short of revolutionary, making her the league's most valuable asset.
I will say this. Why y'all all up in that girl mouth? Or why y'all up in that girl mouth? I'll say that. Why y'all up in her mouth though? Why y'all all up in her mouth, dog? That's why a lot of NBA players, they do this now when they start talking. When they talk like this, so y'all gonna be doing exactly what's going on here. But they'll learn. But all this hate on Caitlin Clark, they better cut it out, man. She the one bringing the fans to the seats.
And drawing audiences that the WNBA had never seen before in its history. This commercial success has created an environment where protecting the league's biggest star should be a top priority. Yet the organization's response has been deafeningly silent.
If he ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine. This girl, the Golden Goose, comes along and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting. 4th in the league, her rookie year.
Wow.
Outstanding.
While the WNBA remained conspicuously silent, Riley Gaines emerged as the voice of accountability that fans desperately needed. The former NCAA swimmer and current social activist didn't hesitate to call out what she witnessed, sharing the controversial video on her social media platform with a caption that
Hold on, bro. No, I don't think this is the same chick, bro. This ain't the same chick. I think I know who you're talking about. It's a different chick. I don't think this is the same girl, though. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's the same girl, because this is the same girl who was going back and forth with Simone Biles, right? Ain't that the chick who was going back and forth with Simone Biles? I could be wrong.
straight to the heart of the matter. She reminded everyone that this is who we traded for the Russian merchant of death.
This is who.
Matter of fact, I think that
ChatGPT,
right?
can I make money online with $0?
Yes.
Joe Biden.
You right. I think it is her. You right. I think it is her. I think it is her. I think you're right, Kevin Lee.
Traded for the Russian merchant of death. So many WNBA players hate Caitlin Clark so much when she is the best thing that could have happened to the league. And she's not the best thing that happened to the league because she's white. It's because she's a good player. It's because she's the...
Gaines' fearless stance immediately resonated with fans who had been waiting for someone with platform and credibility to address what they had witnessed with their own eyes. Her reference to Griner's prisoner exchange highlighted the uncomfortable reality that the United States had traded a convicted arms dealer known as the Merchant of Death for someone who would later allegedly direct insensitive comments toward America's most beloved young basketball star.
After she fouled out, she decided to take her anger and frustration out on Caitlin Clark. If the roles were reversed, imagine the type of field day the media would be having right now. Let's all remember the character of Brittney Griner. This is the same woman who got caught smoking weed in Russia and was jailed. And then Joe Biden made a trade for the Merchant of Death and returned him back to Russia for him to continue doing the same shenanigans that he was doing before he got...
If you are enjoying, please subscribe. What made Gaines' intervention so powerful was her willingness to say what established sports media refused.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Riley Gaines, yeah, this is Riley Gaines, bro. She a swimmer. That ain't the chick you talking about. It's an entirely different chick. It's an entirely different chick. This is the same girl, Riley Gaines. That's the one. That's the one. That's who this is. This is Riley Gaines, the one who was going back and forth with Simone Biles, bro. You got the wrong chick.
Refused to acknowledge. While mainstream outlets either ignored the story entirely or offered weak defenses of Griner's behavior, Gaines provided the clear-eyed analysis that fans craved. She pointed out the obvious double standard that would have immediately ended any white player's career if similar comments had been directed at a black player, yet Griner continued playing without any consequences whatsoever.
Imagine if Caitlin Clark said the inverse of this. It would be reprehensible.
Yeah, see, that's the same chick, bro. Yeah, that's the same chick. Riley Gaines. Yep, that's the same chick. Look at the blue eyes and the blonde hair. Yeah, that's the same. That's the same chick. She's the swimmer chick. But I know who you talking about, though. Nah, this ain't the same one.
Condemned, and understandably so. You've got all of these individual players. You have sports commentators, people like Ryan Clark, who constantly tout of the racial tensions that exist in the league, when in reality, they are the ones perpetuating and amplifying these racial tensions with their anti-white hatred for Caitlin Clark.
The former swimmer's background gave her unique credibility to...
Well, why she dressed like a 17-year-old kid, man? She dressed like a 17-year-old boy hooper. Yes, sir.
Speak on issues of fairness and competition in women's sports. Having previously challenged the participation of transgender athletes in women's competitions, Gaines had already established herself as someone willing to take unpopular stands when principle demanded it. Her critique of Griner represented another moment where she refused to remain silent in the face of obvious injustice, regardless of the potential backlash from progressive sports media.
Excuse me, good to hear from you. Talking to Jamil Hill. Grifting, LOL. I didn't ask for the platform I have. I simply said men and women's sports is wrong, which you, as a self-proclaimed women's sports enthusiast, have yet to do. So I asked directly, do men belong in women's sports? Silence.
Man, they just need to go ahead and get Brittney Griner up out of the league. And anyway, she ain't doing nothing. They should have kept her ass over there. I'm being honest, bro. I'm being honest, man. They should just kept her ass over there, bro. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't doing nothing to help the WNBA. Trash. What up, Courtnee? She ain't doing nothing that's helping the WNBA. She out there hating on Caitlin Clark. She out there busting their ass. They just dubbed motherfucking New York Liberty. She had a 32-piece, 8 and 9. But yeah, I'm not finna do it. I'm not finna do it. I ain't got time for y'all today.
is an answer, by the way. Oh, damn.
Despite video evidence trending across social media platforms,
She got that. Bro, these haircuts, boy, I'm telling you, boy, these haircuts is crazy.
and widespread public calls for investigation,
Nah, man, they just beat New York Liberty. They just beat New York Liberty. They just gave them their first L.
WNBA has maintained complete silence on the Griner matter. This selective enforcement of league standards has prompted criticism from political figures, media personalities, and fans who see a troubling pattern of bias in how the organization handles controversies. The league's own No Space for Hate campaign, launched before the season with great fanfare, appears to apply selectively based on the players involved. Outkick, one of the few media outlets willing to pursue the story, sent multiple requests for comment to both the WNBA and Griner's management team, asking for clarification about what was said and toward whom the comments were directed. The response was complete silence from both parties, despite having every opportunity to clear the air if the comments had been misinterpreted. This refusal to engage suggests an awareness that any honest explanation would only make the situation.
All right, so let me ask y'all a question. What do y'all really think the issue is? Why is it that they hate so much on Caitlin Clark? Courtnee says Griner ain't as good as they thought, but I give her props. What props? What props though? Props on what? What is she doing? What noise is she making? Because she's white, bro? I agree. I think that's what it is. I agree with you on that, Courtnee. I do believe that's what it is. They didn't expect this white girl from Iowa to be busting heads like that, because everybody, and mind you, it wasn't just the black chicks either going at on Caitlin Clark's head. You know, you had Tarasi saying the same thing. A lot of people across the WNBA was hating off Caitlin Clark because she's bringing a different style to the game. She's bringing ass to seats to games. People want to see this electrifying game. Let's be real. WNBA is boring. Let's be honest. If we're gonna speak frank here, WNBA is boring. So something as electrifying as a woman shooting that bitch from the volleyball line or shooting that bitch from 50 feet just off the dribble and knocking that hoe down like Curry, that's electric. More people are like, hey, listen, I'm about to go see this white girl named Caitlin Clark, bro. She pulling that hoe up from damn near half court and she knocking them bitches down. I ain't never seen no chick do no shit like that. You're going to bring more fans. And then guess what? The game then over time starts to elevate. You start to get more players shooting like that, and then it becomes a norm. Then you get more players who can jump a little higher. You get more women who can jump a little higher because I'm seeing more of these chicks who can actually dunk. Just over time. They behind the curve, but they're slowly making a way. But again, it's still going to take some time. And Caitlin Clark is paving that way. She is opening the floodgates to a new level of play in the WNBA. I'm going to call it a spade a spade. Courtnee says, but let's get all the race stuff out of the way. We're going on talent. Somebody put in the work and knock Caitlin Clark out the water with talent. Let's go. Yeah, who is it going to be? Because as of right now, Caitlin Clark busting ass. As of right now, I don't see nobody stopping her right now. The only person that's next up that I can see, and she ain't even in the WNBA is Juju. That's the only one that I got. That's the only one that I can think of that's actually gonna give her a run for her money. They aren't in the spotlight anymore. Clark is outshining them fake blonde weaves. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Because to be honest with you, after Maya Moore left, I mean, who was it really? But what you had, Sabrina, you got Sabrina Ionescu. She made a little bit of noise, but it ain't the kind of noise that Caitlin Clark was making. You got Asia Wilson, who I still believe is the top dog in the NBA, in the WNBA right now. She's still the top dog. Can't take that away from her. Who else you got? That's all I can really think of. Which is sad. Which is sad. Courtnee said, yeah, Juju to mine immediately, but she pulling away. Who? What you mean? Who pulling away? Caitlin Clark pulling away or Juju pulling away?
Worse.
It's not certain what Griner says. There's.
Have you ever run
Oh no, we got to get rid of this.
Oh, that's so crazy.
There's one way to find out. Ask Brittany Griner. However, no one has done that except for Outkick. It's been over 2 weeks since Griner said this. Instead, the WNBA was investigating a bogus race hoax made up by Angel Reese about Indiana Fever fans. And I say bogus because they found no evidence that supports Angel Reese's claims. So we at Outkick applied for media credentials to cover Brittany Griner's team, the Atlanta Dreams, game on June 6th, to which, shocker, they denied us. We've never had trouble getting media credentials with any professional sports league in the past, but wouldn't you know, now they suddenly have very limited space, which is total baloney. They just want to suppress any sort of uncomfortable inquiry.
The league's hypocrisy becomes even more glaring when considering that credentialed WNBA reporters have had multiple opportunities to ask Griner about the incident during post-game interviews, yet not a single journalist has posed the question. This coordinated silence from both the league and its media allies demonstrates a level of protection that would never be extended to a white player in similar circumstances. However, the controversy took on an even more sinister dimension when Caitlin Clark was forced to sit out.
Look how Cheryl Swift looking at her. Look how she looking at her. And Cheryl Swift been talking mad shit about her too. She don't like her. She don't like her. She don't like her.
The recent Atlanta Dream game due to a left quad strain that has sidelined her for 5 consecutive games. While the official explanation cites an injury sustained during a May 24th game against the New York Liberty, the timing raises serious questions about the physical toll that targeted harassment has taken on the league's biggest star. Clark's absence from the lineup represents more than just a missed game. It symbolizes the WNBA's failure to protect its most valuable asset from the kind of aggressive behavior that Griner has consistently displayed.
Bruh, this haircut is egregious. Somebody! Bruh, dog, what is going on, man? That haircut is wild.
The fact that Clark had to miss a game against Griner's team while Griner faced no consequences for her alleged slur creates an image problem that the league may never fully recover from.
Reached out to the WNBA and to Griner's, quote, management team several times, but hasn't received a single response. Still, Griner has participated in multiple games. Now, remember, this is a league that says we have a zero tolerance policy against hate words, words of hate, racism, sexism, any kind of ism. But yet nothing on Brittany Griner. Whoa, she's played in multiple games. The media has had plenty of access to ask her a question, yet not a single one does. Danny Z and Outkick requested a media credential for the Atlanta Dream game in L.A. against the Sparks May 27th. The Sparks denied our request. Okay? Outkick requested a media credential from that vaunted Atlanta Dream against the Connecticut Sun game on a Friday night. Tonight, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
They denied the request.
The injury occurred during what Clark described as the heat of battle, but she admitted she couldn't pinpoint the exact moment because adrenaline covers up a lot of stuff. This vague explanation, combined with the pattern of physical targeting that Clark has endured throughout her rookie season, suggests that the young star may be paying a physical price for the league's failure to maintain appropriate standards of conduct. Meanwhile, Griner not only avoided any punishment for her alleged comments, but actually celebrated the Dream's victory over the Clarkless Fever on social media. Her Instagram post declaring another win in front of the home crowd last night demonstrated a complete lack of awareness about the optics of celebrating a victory achieved while the league's biggest star was sidelined. The tone-deaf nature of this celebration only reinforced the perception that Griner operates under a different set of rules.
Yeah, I mean, I say if they don't get it under control, the motion that they got right now because of Caitlin Clark, that shit's gonna die down. They're gonna have to get it under control. They're gonna have to accept the fact that Caitlin Clark is the golden child right now. She is the golden child for the WNBA. And they're just gonna have to suck it up, bro. Courtnee says, look, I'm gonna be real. I climbed on the WNBA like everyone else, but Caitlin Clark forced respect on her name in the WNBA is there any female out in the basketball universe that wants it more? I agree. The reason, we got to be frank. Now, of course, the basketball fanatics, you know what I'm saying? As a former hooper myself, I still want to watch the WNBA. But because of Caitlin Clark, I can be honest, I have gained a bigger interest in watching the WNBA now because of Caitlin Clark. I'm being honest. Not because of no fucking Angel Reese. Even though I still think Asia Wilson is top dog, I wasn't watching it because of Asia Wilson. I wasn't watching because of Candace Parker or Taurasi. Strictly off of Caitlin Clark. I'm being 100% honest. Who I got? Pacers or Thunder? Ooh, I know they're going to Game 7, but if I gotta be honest, bro. Okay, realistically speaking, the Thunder, but I'm hoping the Pacers. I'll say that. Realistically speaking, the Thunder probably gonna get it, but I hope the Pacers do.
Than other players.
No, definitely early in the game, but I couldn't tell you the exact play something occurred on, and could have occurred over the course of the game too. And then obviously adrenaline covers up a lot of stuff when you're in the heat of battle. And after the game, I had some pain, and then got an MRI, and that kind of gave me the result that I didn't want to see. But those type of things don't lie. So yeah.
The response from WNBA fans has been swift and unforgiving, with social media platforms flooded with demands for accountability and threats of boycotts if the league continues to ignore the situation. Fans who had embraced Clark's impact on women's basketball are expressing betrayal at seeing their favorite player.
All suits are $49 to $99. End of season sale is here. 3-piece suits $89.
Targeted with bad language, while the perpetrator faces no consequences. The fan reaction has been particularly intense because many supporters see Clark as...
We'll stop it right there, man. It's kind of going in circles at this point. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, they need to get off of that hating. They need to get off of that hating shit off of Caitlin Clark, bro. They just gonna have to accept the fact that she's the golden child. If they want, ain't nothing you can do, bro. There's nothing you can do. You could try to challenge it, but I think Caitlin Clark is only going to continue to keep getting better. And this is only her second year. She's putting up numbers. And she got a long way to go. And I'm pretty sure she ain't even hit her final form yet. So, shit. I can only imagine what she's going to be like in the next 5 years. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You can't even hate on CC because she's respectful, humble, and she straight up balls. It's hard to hate. That's what I'm saying. How can you get mad? She don't talk shit. She quiet. She ain't in the media like that. She just working. She just grinding, putting in fucking work and getting better. How can you hate on somebody like that? I never understood no shit like that. Never understood it. But hey, regardless of whether you're doing good, whether you're talking shit, whether you're not talking shit, people still gonna find ways to hate on you. People still gonna find ways to talk shit about you. So that's why you just keep your head down and you just keep doing what you're doing. Real talk.